Timothy could still hear Paul's voice in his mind as he walked through the streets of Ephesus. The young pastor had been entrusted with a difficult task, guiding a growing church in a city full of competing ideas, loud philosophies, and teachers who claimed to speak for God but twisted the truth. Paul's letter had arrived at just the right moment. Timothy remembered the opening lines, steadying his heart like a hand on his shoulder. "Stay there in Ephesus, so that you may command certain people not to teach false doctrines any longer." 1 Timothy 1:3. It wasn't about winning arguments. It was about protecting the flock from teachings that led people away from the gospel's simplicity and power. As Timothy read on, Paul reminded him why all this mattered. Christ hadn't come to create a maze of speculation or endless debates. Christ came to save. Paul's own testimony echoed in Timothy's mind, how the apostle had once been violent and misguided, yet mercy found him. Christ Jesus came into the world to save sinners. 1 Timothy 1:15. That truth alone was worth guarding with his whole life. But Paul didn't stop there. He urged Timothy to lift his eyes beyond the church walls. Prayer, Paul said, must be made for all people, kings, leaders, neighbors, strangers, because God's heart is wide, and his desire is that everyone would come to know the truth. Timothy felt the weight of that call. If the church was to stand firm against false teaching, it must also stand open-armed in prayer for the world around it. That night, Timothy knelt. He prayed for the confused, the misled, the proud teachers who needed correction. He prayed for the city officials who shaped the life of Ephesus. He prayed for the church members who struggled to stay faithful, and he prayed for courage. Courage to guard the gospel, courage to teach with love, and courage to keep Christ's mission at the center of everything. When he rose, the city hadn't changed, but Timothy had. Paul's words had become a steady flame in his heart. Protect the truth, remember why Christ came, and pray for all people. And with that, Timothy stepped back into the work God had given him.